Let's go.
Following this week's action, each team have now played each other in a terrific season of football. TSPE's promising season ended in disappointment to the hands of reigning champs Dream Team. The 6-0 scoreline didn't flatter the champs as TSPE looked rigid and flat. The Oranges looked to get out early and came closest through youngster Razak down the right side.
Streets are flooded with excuses, stories never end.
But Bobby broke the deadlock for the umpteenth time with a glancing header at the near post. Again, Razak worked himself a good effort down the right hand side, but in Dream Team's next attack, Hasib's squared ball was bundled in by the onrushing Bobby. The second half saw TSPE's defence nowhere to be found when Hasib slotted in, following good work down the left. And a lack of concentration at the back allowed Moeen to set up Hasib once more. A quick break down the left saw Moeen grab the much-deserved goal, getting on the end of Bobby's low cross. And a lively Bobby Rizvi completed his hat-trick when a ball down the centre arrived at his feet and he powered home into the far corner to see off Dream Team's campaign in style. JJGK's fine end to the season continued as they came from behind against Underdogs, who were safely nestled in the silver group of our league table. Both teams tried their best to break the deadlock, but it was Aiden who powered in a long-range effort with the keeper standing no chance. JJGK responded well, and were level not long after, the ball eventually falling to Wakas, who made no mistake in finding the net. Soon after they were in front, Eamon's throw saw Wakas's effort parried straight to Sakib and neatly finished on the turn. Fergie hit the post from a corner in the second half, and Aiden went close again from range with a pot shot out on the right. A typical run from powerful forward Eamon should have been turned home, the ball being blazed well over. JJGK's keeper was called into action several times during the second half, but he was equal to the challenge, and when Eamon surged through the Underdogs' defence saw the ball fall to Fergie, he powered home in confident fashion. Inter Milan's season went from bad to worse with a 10-1 drubbing at the hands of high-flying Barcelona. Even though I was late to the game, missing the opening goals from Martin and Kyle, there was plenty of action heading my way. Rob grabbed the third of the night for his side, and the score stayed that way until the second half. Inter putting in a very good all-round display in the opening half, having some chances of their own. A flowing counter-attack from Rob's perfectly weighted through ball allowed Kyle to set up Tom, normally keeper for Barcelona.
We must come to stand as one.
Rob was on hand once again down the left side and slid a controlled shot past Wazzy in the Inter goal. A rare inter-attack flew just over the Barcelona net, giving them a scare of losing their clean sheet. But Tom was on hand once again to pick up his second of the game, smashing into the top corner. Not long after, another counter-attack was finished by Kyle. Having spent 10 games making fine saves, goalkeeper Tom completed his hat-trick when found by Martin. The clean sheet was lost at long last. A strong run forward by Inter was finished nicely into the far corner. But Seth had the final word for Barcelona, an indirect free kick taking a deflection but nestling in the bottom corner, capping off a fine evening and debut season for Barcelona. In an emotional night for FC Iraq, their 3-0 win over Shabbos saw them finish at the top of the silver third of our league table. In typical fashion, Jaffa was causing problems early on for Shabba, but the bottom teams found gaps in the Iraq defence and caused the keeper some problems of their own. Iraq looked dangerous on every attack and got their just rewards through Jaffa, turning sharply before rifling home a stinging shot. Gizzy's run forward found Jaffa and after finding some space, hit a deflected shot against the post and rebounded straight into the keeper's hands. Shabba's lapse in concentration at the back went unpunished as Mus fired wide when it looked easier to score. Jaff should have had his second, but slipped at a costly time, which enabled Shabba to clear their lines. After Ahmed scored, a touching tribute was paid to fellow Iraq player and close friend Mosa Jassim's mother, who had unfortunately passed away the day before. And the night was wrapped up, Jaffa eventually helping himself to a second, topping off a fine end to the season for Iraq. Our shorter highlights this week were nothing short of spectacular games. Unity getting hammered 7-1 by Manchester's finest. In most peculiar fashion, we had our first pitch invasion. Whose kid was this? He was everywhere tonight.
Streets are flooded with excuses, stories never end. People walking there.
The game was all square at 1-1 at half-time break. Adam putting Unity in front after Momani had slid a great ball through to him. And in no particular order, however, Finest responded clinically, putting 7 goals past Unity in the shape of Faz, Baggio and Aki getting 2 apiece, and Jay rounding up the scoring. Our final game was another demolishing, this time of Mab FC, All-Stars trouncing the Yellows 5-1. Again, however, this game was pretty even in the first half, sharing the spoils at half-time, 1-1. Mab took the lead through Rashid, before a terrific performance from Amar saw him score 4 goals for All-Stars, and the scoring was completed by Saeed. A solid display from All-Stars end their season in style, and seemingly put the record-breaking defeat behind them. Now next week's fixtures are listed at around the 5th minute of this video, and you can find all the details at ultimateleague.com. Remember, the transfer window is still open as we head towards the final 3 weeks of Season 2.